What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Caro Emerald, and we're returning for more live material from this expanded edition of the Shocking Miss Emerald. Thank you again to Jim and to those who've been following the Caro reactions. And the next one is a track from this album that I'm very fond of, which is Completely. It's a perfect example of the way, for a lot of her material, not everything I've heard under the Caro name, but a lot of it combines this oldie-timey jazz, almost like theatrical style performance with a bit of modern sonic stylings, including sounds that are akin to like turntablism. So this is another one very much in that vein. It kind of has this big band sound, and you can see her, walking around the audience singing. And lyrically, it's about her life being completely changed by the presence, by the emergence of this guy who took Caro's character from being, single and kind of flirting and just going through life, not really committing to anything, suddenly being completely changed and committed to this guy, and, making reference to, when I look up in the sky and the stars and so on, it means, we're always together, no matter where you are. We're always under that same sky. So, her mind, her life, her body, her entire experience has been completely taken over by this person who, again, came into her life and changed everything completely. So I don't imagine there to be any difference lyrically. I mean, maybe some vocal flourishes or vocalizations that aren't on the studio version of the track, but again, I just love the big band jazz stylings mixed with, as I said, just a touch of modern sensibility. So let's hear it. This is a live performance by Caro Emerald of her song Completely, live from Glasgow, which is a tune originally from the album The Shocking Miss Emerald.
Used to flirt, fool around and mingle. Then you came along, and suddenly it changed completely. Now some girls fall, and others keep on playing. Forget the now, and keep on yesterday. Now I know it's wrong. You came along, I changed completely. Each and every night before I sleep, when I look up at the stars in the galaxy near I'm always with you, baby, wherever you are. And if I'm alone, I still feel protected by your love. It's never misdirected. When you came along, I'm happy my life changed completely. Please give it up for young folks out today. Oh, darling, do you know the sky performs a show each and every night before I sleep? When I look up at the stars in the galaxy nearby, I'm always with you, baby, wherever you are. Now I look at you and I sure see a genius. It's kind of crazy, but you don't think I hate this. You filled up my heart, and I know that I changed completely. I'm talking to you. You filled up my heart, and I know that I changed completely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Caro. Again, she's just awesome. I love the way, at least under this persona, again, at some point I'd love to hear the Jordan and hear what she changed and whether it's just an entirely different musical sound as well as a different persona. But yes, her work as Caro Emerald, I just love it. It's grand, it's nostalgic, which again, it's nostalgic for an era, or eras plural, of which I did not live through directly, but it just has this vintage feel, but as I said, or as has become clear, balanced with a modern sensibility and definitely some turntablism here and there. We can hear it a couple times there where I assume there's like an actual DJ, like doing a crab scratch or like a record back cue, because it, a couple times you could hear that clearly. But I love how she gave a shout out to, I think, the trumpeter. I'm guessing who that is. She gave a shout out to. Check my syntax there. Nevertheless, it just adds to this, she's interacting with the crowd, which, those old, like, 40s jazz songs where the singer would kind of, sort of move around on stage, making eye contact with people, come down into the seating area, even sort of, playing with people, like, in the audience. It just kind of has that feel sonically, and then again, she's, like, talking to the audience, let's give a hand for this person, this musician who's up here with me and helping me do what I do. And yeah, she's just got a lovely voice. It's, it's playful, it's sonorous, and it is very much like a vintage voice in this context. The whole time, look at, like, what are you doing? She's being very silly over there. Nevertheless, I do appreciate the old meets new character of the Caro Emerald work. And again, I think completely here, along with That Man and a few others, it just exactly nails her sound. So if you were to introduce Caro Emerald to someone, doing it with a song like Completely would be a perfect choice, I think. So yeah, it's a top tune. Thank you again to Jim for this journey. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace. What are you doing back here?